Hi guys, welcome back to another tutorial. Today I'm going to be teaching about SQL in Python. SQL is super important in jobs. It's super popular, and I'm going to be teaching you how to use it in Python. We're going to import a library called SQLite 3, and it's just a number of distributions of SQL, and just a library we can use for SQL. So let's actually make a connection to the database. So connection equals sqlite3.connect, and we're going to connect to the database. We're going to make a database about comments and comments.db, and let's actually create that file, comments.db. And SQLite should connect to your database. And let's actually create a cursor. And a cursor is just going to allow you to actually execute the SQL commands. So SQL equals connection, connection.cursor. Now we can actually execute SQL commands by saying execute. And this and then we can just insert your SQL commands here. So now let's actually get into the actual commands of SQL. So let's just say some basic commands. I'm going to make a multi-line string just so that it looks a little nicer. Create table, and then we put the name of the table. And then we put our column, and then we put the data type, and then you can put as many as you like. But of course, this is just a placeholder. When I put these greater and less than symbols, that's just a placeholder. So let's actually put our name. I'm going to call it comments. That's the database name. What is the column name? We're going to say the column name is author, and it's going to be wrapped in quotes. And we're going to put the data type. It is a string because author is going to be a string. And then we put a comma to insert more columns. So let's just say the content of this comment, and it's going to be a string as well. So now that we've actually created the comment, let's just run it, the table, and it's run successfully. But what if we run it again? You should see that we get an error that said that table already exists. Why are you creating a new one? So in theory, you could just delete that piece of code and you'd be fine, and that would work. But I'd rather have this as a frame of reference so that I can see all my columns. So create table if the table does not already exist. Create table if not exists, comments. So let's just run it and we should get no error. Okay, so let's actually select from, first let's select SQL.execute, and then we can put our query command to select from comments. And what is this asterisk? This asterisk, you see it a lot of times in programming. It just means like all or as many. So in this case, it means all. So we're going to select all from the table comments. But as you see, we're not going to actually get we're just getting that value. We're not actually printing it anywhere. So let's print it to the console. But what you see is a weird SQLite cursor object, but we can make it look nicer, and we can say fetch all. and we get an empty array because we don't have anything. I mean, we haven't actually inserted anything. So let's say sql.execute to execute another query command to actually insert into the database, and we're going to say insert into the table comments. So we're going to insert into that table, and you can see SQL is a lot like English, and it makes sense. So insert into comments, and let's actually put the values, and you have to put the values in order of the columns. So for example, if I say server, and then the content of this comment would be hello world, you're plugging, the server is going to go to this author, the authored column, and then it's the hello world is going to get plugged into content. So let's actually run this code and see it in action. Run, and you can see we get server, column server has hello world. So these are your basic query commands and how you can use them in Python. I hope you enjoyed this video, and bye.